Hi, everyone. I know it's late. Hi, everybody. Coming in. Hello, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Hi, everyone. Hello, 𝒕🂂𒒧💧. Nikki Sweetness 99. I am Sullivan Starks. Hello, Miss Fagbimi. How are you doing? Hello, Balariwa. Tom Neo. Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube people. How's everybody's day been? Hey, Missy. Someone sent me a text, a DM the last on Tuesday, and he goes, "Why is a hate? Why do you always smile, real big when when Missy Lee gets on when she joins a live? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just love her. I love her spirit. And I love her hair. So I don't know. I can't give you an answer for that. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Hello, Miss Pam. How's your day been? Come on in. Let's talk immigration. Let's talk immigration. Let's talk immigration. My day has been good. Every day that I get to impact someone's life is always a blessed day. Sent in a couple cases today. Got quite a lot to send out. I need a vacation. I do need a vacation. Hi, everyone. This is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, immigration lawyer based. It's a connection. See, exactly, Miss Lee. You got to tell them. They're just people you just easily connect with. Like you feel like you've known them for years. You know, it's like Miss Pam too. Listen, y'all don't be hating. Don't be hating people. Y'all don't be hating. But anyway, I am an immigration lawyer. For those who are just joining, I had quite a number of people who just started following me on Tuesday. So thank you for that. I am an immigration lawyer, and the question I get every single day is, "Oh, you're in Alabama. Oh, shoot. How can you possibly represent me?" Listen, immigration law is federal practice. So as long as an attorney is licensed in a state, they can represent you regardless of the state you live in. When it comes to immigration cases, bankruptcy, what else? Whatever federal law is. Um, Okay, I just got a message. If you need our services, you can contact our office, 334-341-4475. Visit our website. That's a good medium to also contact us, @olulayalawfirm.com. It is on YouTube and Facebook because I got the stream app on there. But Instagram, I don't know, I haven't figured it out. So anyway, let's talk real quick. I'm going to make tonight is pretty short because I have some work to finish up. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. If we have enough time, we go through that. But let's talk real quick. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. That would really, really mean a lot. Let's spread the immigration word. Someone told me today, he said, because we filed for Vawa, and this is very common. So, and I tell people during the consultation that a lot of people who switch over from, like today, we had 2 abeyance requests that we had to send out. And a lot of people who switch over from a regular marriage based or VAWA case usually have that. There's some field offices that once we send in an abeyance request, they will cancel the interview. And then there are some who they would just completely disregard that. And so if you find yourself in that position, you still have to attend the interview. And so this, just to be able to save the 485, because if you can save yourself additional legal fees and additional having to pay filing fees again, why not, right? So he was saying, that he actually met me met me, quote unquote, on YouTube, had been watching me for a while, about a year, he said. And during that time frame, he was hoping things would change in his marriage. It did not. Anyway, long story short, we switched over to vodkas back in January and sent in an abeyance request, but they still sent an interview notice. So we're preparing to, I have to get someone, or I'll get someone to go, or I will attend remotely if they allow that. So he was saying that, he felt that it was a blessing because somehow he just got on my channel, and I have no idea how that has really given him a lot of information and helped him a lot. So if you would subscribe and invite your friends and family members to subscribe, we would really appreciate that, because a lot of people do not know what options they have, especially when it comes to VAWA. And that's what we're going to talk about this evening. Once again, our contact number is 334-341-4475. Let's see. So the question tonight is, or topic tonight is, VAWA. If married to an LPR, do you have to leave the country? If you are switching to a VAWA case, if you are living with a green card holder, you've been subjected to abuse, do you have to leave the country in order for you to get your green card after your VAWA petition has been approved? And the short answer to that is no, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so that was one of the conversations I had today, and she was like, I'll get to those. Hello, Miss Wanola, how are you? We'll get to the questions later, but question. If you're married to an LPR, do you have to leave the country for you to get your green card? And the short answer to that is no. Are you eligible to file for VAWA if you're not married to a citizen? If your spouse, your abuser, is a green card holder? Short answer to that is yes. So when it comes to VAWA petitions, as you already know, we don't need to beat a dead horse. We'll talk about VAWA so many times. But I'm doing good. But the thing is, do you understand? Y'all don't understand that there are a lot of people who do not know. Every single day, I have consultations, well, except weekends. I try to block off a whole day a week. But every time, there's always someone who says, I have never heard of that. Someone sent me a YouTube video and says, go contact her and see if that's an option for you. I mean, I literally talked to a guy today who's been seeing a therapist for weeks now because he was thinking of killing himself based on being subjected to severe abusive behavior and being threatened that he cannot go to the cops to report his spouse because they will take him from the police station and put him on the plane and send him back to Nigeria. And if I tell you that I've had consultations, including today, of grown men crying, realizing that there's a way out of craziness. You have no idea how that just makes me happy. I don't care how long it takes us. You're going to get on that route, and I always tell people, just hush. All I needed to do is hush him out, because some people talk a whole lot. Tell your spouse you're filing for VAWA, then that's, yeah. Anyway, so can you, if you're married to an LPR, do you have to leave the country to get your green card? No. So VAWA is a way where you can get your green card without your spouse knowing. Your spouse will now be contacted by USCIS. It's a very, very confidential process, meaning that even if, unlike the regular marriage base or any other case that is not domestic violence related, where you can pick up the phone or you can chat with Emma or know that, you cannot do that with VAWA, because that's just a process. You've got to contact the Vermont Service Center directly in writing, or if you have an attorney, we have an hotline email that we use, where we have to verify and identify who we are, and they would have to verify who we are and link my G28 and my bar number to, and they would actually literally verify everywhere you're licensed to know it's you. So for instance, I'm licensed in Alabama and New York. So I have to put all that information to G28 so that they can verify that before they give me any information about my client. So your spouse would not know. And a lot of people are mistaken that you can only do that if you're married to a citizen. And no. So in a regular marriage base, if you're not an immediate relative, and that means if you're not married to a citizen and you have overstayed, normally that means you would have to get your I-130 approved, get a waiver, and then leave the country, get your immigrant visa outside. That's because only immediate relatives have the privilege of having unlawful presence waived. However, when it comes to VAWA cases, if your spouse is a legal permanent resident, and yes, you qualify for VAWA, even though your spouse isn't a citizen, as long as your spouse is a legal permanent resident, green card holder. If you're married to a green card holder, unlike a regular marriage base where you cannot adjust your status to that of permanent resident in the country if you've overstayed. Now, if you can adjust if you file before your non-immigrant visa is over regularly. But if you've overstayed regular marriage base, you cannot do that. In a VAWA case, it doesn't matter whether or not your spouse is a citizen or a green card holder. You are able to adjust your status in the country. You're also able to file simultaneously an I-485 as long as the preference category, which is F2B. Don't let me tell you something that maybe, hold on one second. I think it's F2B, but let me double check on that. I usually just go on my website. And that's another thing. Another reason why you should visit my website, because we have links to visa bulletin, USCIS forms. So you click on that. If you go on olalayalawfirm.com, on the resources tab, it's got a link to USCIS news, visa bulletin, the new edited, updated forms. That's quite a number of information on our website. So yes, it's the F2A, not F2B, F2A, spouses and children. So spouses of permanent residents, that's a category. As long as that is current, which right now for the March 2022 bulletin, it's current. What that means basically is you are able to file your 485 simultaneously with your I-360 because there is an immigrant visa number available to you. So your spouse being your abusive spouse being a legal permanent resident does not make you, doesn't mean you have to leave when you file a VAWA case. Hear me loud and clear. I don't want nobody coming back and say, oh, but you said the other day, into my green card order. No, that's not what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is strictly on VAWA. So when it comes to VAWA, because of the nature of the application petition, there are some exemptions that the abused victim, the abused spouse, is able to benefit from. One of those is it doesn't matter. So you as a spouse, the spouse of the abusive spouse that is a green card holder, for the purposes of VAWA, is you will be treated like you are an immediate relative, so that even though you've overstayed, filing for VAWA gives you that exemption of having to get a waiver and leaving, and lets you stay in the country. If your priority date is not current, which right now it's current for, I think, across the board, it is current. Let me pull that back up. It is current across the board. China, India, everyone is current. That means anyone who is married to a green card holder going through abuse, you're able to file your 485. The benefit of that is, and I know some attorneys who say, well, don't file that because if that gets denied, then you're going to be placed in room for cities and all that. Yeah, there's some truth to that in the sense that the I-360 petition itself is a standalone, so that doesn't really trigger, for the most part, notice to appear. But a lot of people understand, because VAWA can take anywhere from 18 months to 3 years. What I usually do when you're switching over from a regular marriage base to VAWA, there is a section of the Immigration Nationality Act that allows you to transfer the priority date of your current I-130 to your VAWA petition. And so basically what that does is it makes your priority date the priority date on the I-130. That means that you're bumped up on the queue, and your case will probably get processed faster than someone who filed about the same time as you did, but did not have a pending I-130 that they were the beneficiary of. So when you file the 45, because of the lengthy period of time that it takes for VAWA, people want to work. And the only way you can get a work permit while you're waiting for your VAWA petition to be processed and adjudicated is you filing a 485 so that you can file a C9 work permit, so that you can also file an advanced parole application and you can travel. You can literally go leave the country and come back without having to worry, unless, well, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 Mexico, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒑, that's on you. Democracy is a lawyer, because there's nothing I can do for you in Mexico. Talking to Mexico. I feel like going to Mexico. Who has gone to Mexico? Tell me. I've never been there before. I have an American passport, but don't even use it, darn thing. So, in a nutshell, just to reiterate, because you're married to a legal permanent resident does not mean you have to leave the country to get your green card. You're eligible to adjust your status while in the country without having to leave. That is awesome. And with the new updates with VAWA. Oh, one more thing. If you are doing an abeyance request, meaning you have a pending 45, you want them to not deny that because you want to be giving time to file your VAWA. Once you send in that abeyance request, and I see one of my clients here, and she's probably going to email me later, but does it mean we're going to send it within the next 30 days? Yes, we don't have a choice. Once you send that in, they receive it, you have to file the VAWA petition within 30 days from when you send the abeyance request. That's what part of the policy is now. Keeping in mind also that the time you live together with your spouse, or the time you live together before marriage to that spouse, also now counts towards shared residency proof. And your VAWA case is ongoing. So the fact that you send in, I try to send in everything at the kitchen sink. Do we overlook some things? Yes. But if we overlook some things, we send it in immediately. Like once we get a receipt notice, I don't wait for RFEs. I send in whatever it is that a client has, I send it in. Now, if they ask for it again, which one of the cases they did, because they're humans as well, but at least I know for the most part, I've already sent it in. It does not delay anything. So there you have it. Married to a green card holder does not make you ineligible to adjust your status because you're filing because you're filing a VAWA case. That's all, people. So, okay. Let us see. Oh. And someone says, I watched this show on CBS, Bob Hart's 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, and now I found you and loving your energy and answers. I'll make that even better for you. So I went to the DMV when we moved to this house and home. As you can tell, my background is this is my home office. When we moved to this house, I had to go to it wasn't DMV, the tax office. You know how US is all about they take your money for everything. They take money like you're working to give the government money. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started. They almost punish you for being self-employed because you got to pay self-employed. Listen, just leave me alone. I think I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I'm right there in between. I'm not an independent either because anyway, let's leave that for another day. But I went to the tax office to pay to do homestead exemption, yada yada yada, and the lady saw my name. She goes, "Oh, is that the same name as the show on CBS, Bob Hart's 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕?" I was like, well, and to be honest, I've never heard Abishola. My name, mine doesn't have an H, so Abishola. Um, and I go, well, without the H. And she says, wouldn't it be funny if you were dating someone who is white? And I go, well, well, go figure. Yes, Miss Pam. I'm almost done. Yeah. It's probably going to like, okay, let her go. And I go figure. And it's like, oh, if only you knew. Yeah. But I love that show. I really, really love the show. Like, love it. Okay. Let me see what questions we can answer real quick before I get off. One. The thing is, I'm still going to work and I don't know what time I'll go to bed. My kids are on spring break. I don't know who else has their kids on spring break now. My kids, literally today was the last day, and then they have the whole of next week. The good thing is, their daddy's got them for spring break this year. Like, say, because hello, Miss Hottie. You already know. She's probably going to send me an email later. Listen, I digress. I don't understand because I do family law practice, and trust me, see this gray hair? When I started practicing, well, when I opened my office 6 years ago, my hair was black. Like I have photos on Facebook, and my hair was completely black. Then I started practicing crazy, like immigration, family law, and criminal defense. They're highly stressful, and I'm not kidding you. They're three of the most pressurizing, highly stressful, intensifying practice areas. Somehow, those were the areas I chose. So it's always conflict. There's always something you're battling. And in family law, I deal with a lot of custody issues. I deal with, and then I represent the Department of Human Resources in the state of Alabama in Greene County. And we're the ones who go in and, when my caseworkers go in and take a child because they've been subject to abuse, because the parents are using the child as pawn against each other. I cannot understand why one parent deprives the other parent of seeing the child or the children. Like, I look forward to being able to just re-energize, regroup, because I have primary custody of my kids. So they're with me how many weeks? Like throughout the whole school year, and then 50% of the time during the summer break, June and July. So practically with me. And so whenever I can get time to just, that makes me a better mother. I just never get it when people say, you're not going to see the kid. Why? But anyway, I digress. It's a connection. I see, Miss. Yeah. How long after the application should applicants receive prima facie? Is prima facie important, or it doesn't matter? It does matter because that lets you know that they have gone through your file. They have seen that if we were to approve this case without, and if we were to approve this, if we had to, based on this initial review, we can approve this case, but we will not do that because we still need to have further review of the case. That's what a prima facie does. It gives you that peace of mind that at least they have taken a look and they have checked of like, okay, you satisfy all the requirements, and then they start to dissect and see if you've met all the requirements. And so for me, I'm always excited to get a prima facie because I know it gives my clients peace of mind. And, knock on wood for every case. Let me see. Well, maybe one or two. Well, maybe the ones we just sent out within the last 30 days. But the fastest I've had, and to your question on how long, was sent out a case in, I think to be exact, they received it January 24, 2022. And the date on the prima facie was February 10. That's the fastest I've seen. That was super fast. I was like, okay. My client was like, should I be worried? Because I said, I don't think so. Listen, I'm never short of words, but it was like, okay. That's the fastest I've seen. Now, I've also had one where we filed in July and we didn't receive the prima facie until December. However, they're doing it, they're processing them faster. And another thing with prima facie is because you're able to apply for some benefits, state and federal benefits. And I did a video on that if you want to go through that and see what you can apply for. I'm sure you have dealt with this topic several times, but can I know how long the process is for a work authorization? It depends on what category you're asking about, but USCIS.gov/processing is your best way to find out. It gives you how, the suggested time frame, but just this past Tuesday, yeah, I talked about a client who unfortunately his 45 had been denied because we converted, and then we had to refile his work permit back in September. In October, it's received in September, and we asked for an expedited request. They denied that, but then on Tuesday, got a notification that was approved. And I still have some that we filed since February that I had to, email them like, hey, it's way out of processing times. Like, what's going on? But they say it's 7 to 11 months, but go on that and check for yourself. After my interview today, they said my case will be under review and didn't ask my wife any questions. She only went through my I-45 and took only my medicals. What could be wrong? If you follow me long enough, I don't like to think of what could be wrong. I just cannot function that way because we already deal with, for instance, criminal defense practice. 90% of the time, my client is either found guilty or pleads guilty. That's sad enough. So I make a very conscious decision that I'm not being unrealistic with myself. Obviously, you have to be realistic and logical, but I just don't think of something is wrong until something is wrong. I just live by faith. And so what I'm saying, Tom Neer, is don't assume something is wrong. Just keep living your life and just keep building your evidence by living together and doing normal couple stuff so that if they pay you an unannounced visit, you ain't gonna be shocked because they do that. My spouse is refusing to file taxes with me. Okay, I gotta go soon. Is there any implication for that during interview? You will most likely be asked about why. And I mean, why are they refusing to file taxes with you? If you don't feel represented by your lawyer, what can you do? I hope you're not talking about me. Just saying. I don't know if I can answer the question. See, that's y'all are my people. Y'all are my people. Y'all are my people. See, Wanula, see, I love this lady. She says, there's no problem. Hopefully, the paper they'll give you would say to call after 120 days to find out about your case. The same happened to me as well. That, you've got to be positive. Now, I have another case that we went for the 751 interview since August last year. Everything was fine, but I know the only problem they're having, and I've emailed them, we've spoken on the phone. I think at this point, I just know, I told my client if we're still waiting a year, it's ridiculous because she went through abuse, like physical battery, like real bad. Already even has passed, because we had the simultaneous N400, passed her civics and English test. She already took an oath, but they cannot schedule her for oath ceremony until they say they have to verify the divorce decree. So, but hope, I just tell her, we're not going to be negative. We're going to keep hoping and believing that things will work out for her good. All things will work together for your good. You've got to believe. What if you miss some questions you found in your form because you can't remember, like your parents did at birth, last address, leave in home country, my kids was further out on the review? Not everybody. Listen, do we even really know when our parents are born in, for instance, in Nigeria, in Africa, generally? Because y'all know, we all have parents that they were actually born on one day, but because they were working in civil service, they said they were born like 10 years later. Y'all know, don't even argue with me. You already know. So if you don't know when your parents are born, you may as well be telling the truth because, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm on a Sally waiting for my green card now since last year. What do you think I can do? Yasmin Jim. When you see an asylum, just making sure that you've already been granted asylum status. Your asylum was granted. I have a 10-year green card. I've been facing president of the United States for 3 years. How long can I stay abroad and still maintain my residency? It's always advisable not to spend more than 6 months at a time outside, but usually it becomes a problem if you stay outside the country for more than 12 months. Hello, Mr. Taiwo. How are you? I'm going to skip through some questions. Yes. You are so inspiring. Thank you. It's the truth. Y'all know when your parents were born? Because God rest my dad's soul. I know when he was born, but then he had another birthday for work. Like, what the hell? But anyway. Okay, people, I gotta go. Elvis on YouTube. Advanced parole while I-45 is spent. Is it okay to leave the country for like a month, or is it strictly rule 4 weeks? What rule was 4 weeks? A month is about 4 weeks anyway. Does USCIS use the fingerprints from previous? They would let you know. They will send you a notice if they're going to reuse your fingerprint. They'll send you a notice, but they won't give you your $85 back. Then they will tell you the fee's not going to be returned. You gotta love that. It's a capitalist system. But anyway, all right, everyone. Hope you guys don't know if I'll stop by tomorrow. We'll see. If not, hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And if we can help you with your immigration cases, let us know. Do not suffer reviews in silence. We have come too far from another country and to live in shame, to live in fear, to live as slaves because of immigration papers. You got to find out your options so that you can gain your freedom and live your life to the fullest and reach that potential that God has ordained for you. All right, everyone. Bye-bye.